What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a special how-to video in store for you guys. Today I'm going to show you how to change out light bulbs in your standard Circline fixture. Now the reason why I decided to do this video is because lots of people struggle in changing their Circline bulbs, mainly because of the hook. They don't want the hooks or the clamps, whatever they're called, to damage the bulb, and plugging it in. That's actually the simple part. Is just attaching the bulb to the hooks is a little bit difficult. Nonetheless, I'm going to show you guys how to do it. It's not that difficult as it seems, even though this changing out bulbs in this type of light fixture doesn't really land in my wheelhouse. It's still not difficult. I had to practice maybe once or twice before I started this video so I don't buckle right when I'm showing you guys how to change the bulb out. Both the bulbs are in working condition, but nonetheless, I just want to show you guys how they work, how to install them, how to uninstall them, yada yada yada. So without further ado, first thing you got to do, you got to make sure your light is turned off, because the last thing you need is to get an electric shock from a light fixture that's turned on. Next, you got to get yourself a ladder, so you can access the light fixture. So now that the camera's in position, guys, here's the next step. First, after you climb up the ladder, you got to unscrew the little bolts on the side. Make sure you use one hand to unscrew the bolt and the other hand to hold the cover off, so the cover doesn't fall off and break. Alright guys, now that the cover's finally off, I can show you guys what kind of bulbs are in here so you guys know what to replace it with if you guys have a dual Circline bulb light fixture. The outside is a 32 watt cool white, and the inside's a 22. I'll just take the bulbs off and I'll show you, but I'm just showing you guys what it looks like. Once again, I'm sorry that the camera is shaking. I'm trying to keep it as stable as I can. But yeah. Let's just make sure this fixture is working fine, so at least my uncle doesn't have to worry about replacing these anytime soon. Alright, perfect. So both of them work fine. Alright. So the next thing you guys gotta do is remove the light bulbs. But to ensure proper safety, always disconnect the outer bulb first, then do the inner bulb. And then when you install, inner, then outer. So let's disconnect, or let's unhook this bulb from the clamps very carefully. Perfect. Now we got to disconnect the light bulb from the light fixture. So here's the aftermath of removing said bulbs. Take a look at the information. I'll try to, actually no, hold up. Let me get on the ladder so you guys can actually see. Alright, so here's a look at the fixture after the bulbs have been removed. Here's a view of the ballast. Of course, it's got two wires, one for the outer bulb, one for the inner bulb. Respective clamps. There's some more information. So now that the bulbs have been removed, you take the old bulbs out. Now the next thing you do, get your new ones. Of course, in this case, I'm going to be using the old bulbs because, as you guys saw earlier, they work fine. So here's the information. I'll just face it this way because that's where the light's at. Cool white, that's the 22 watt. Put that down. And then, let's not forget the 32. I'll just try to focus that. Yeah, so there are the bulbs, guys. Now the next thing you got to do is install the new bulbs. So I'll just set this camera back up here and then we'll be ready to go. So the next shot, camera will be set up and I'll reinstall the bulbs. Alright y'all, now that you've bought your two bulbs, now the next thing to do is to install those bad boys. The 32 watt last and the 22 watt first. I don't know why I said it in that order, but it is what it is. So let's step up this ladder here and install these bad boys. But first I got to make sure this is turned off so I don't get a shock. So yeah, first thing you got to do, all right, that's good. And first you got to plug in your light bulb, connect it to the light fixture, and like so, you attach each portion of the light bulb to the light fixture. Then after that, of course, it's going to be hard to get the bulb onto that last clamp. So what you got to do is, while you're pulling back the last clamp, you push up the light bulb into the fixture, and there you go. Now, I got my 32 watt over here. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I'll show you guys later in case you guys didn't see it. First, you gotta, before I forget, connect the light bulb to the light fixture. This one's a little bit tougher. Okay, so perfect. So, and what you guys don't want is to mount the plug area, if you will, onto the hook. Then it's not going to work. It's got to be bulb only. So, like that. Number 2, and the last one. I'm going to try to pull this back, and perfect. Alright, so the last thing I got to do is to test these lights in 3. Alright everybody, now that the tubes have been reinstalled into the light fixture, it's time to turn this on for the very first time. Not really, but we'll just pretend it is. So in 3, 2, 1. Would you look at that? The inside tube is burned out. It kind of seemed like it because the end over here on the left side, it's blackened to hell. So it was only a matter of time before this bulb burned out. So I guess I'll just let my uncle know that when I, remove the cover of this light fixture. I tested it earlier. The inner tube was burned out while the outer tube was working. So I'll just let him know, and he can swap it out whenever he feels like it, because this is his closet. I mean, him or my aunt, whoever wants to do it, I don't really care. It's up to them, really. It's just, I'll just bring it to his attention sometime. So yeah, I'll just walk up to the light fixture so you guys can hear the ballast hum, and then I can put this cover back on. So yeah. Alright. So yeah, I really appreciate you guys watching this video, but before this ends, I'm going to cut the video so I can set up the tripod, and then I'm going to reinstall the cover. So, with that being said, let's move on to the next part. And for the record, these are the type of screws that you can only screw in by hand. There's no like, Phillips head integrated into the screw. So that's the fun part. Once again, guys, I'm so sorry about the interruption. My phone decided to run out of space yet again, even though I cleared a lot of space from this phone just to make this video. So, this is the final result. The cover's back on. This is what the light looks like with the cover on. And as you guys can see, 2 spots aren't filled, just one big outer spot is. So, yeah, now it's time to go let my uncle know that another bulb needs to be replaced in this house. This house is primarily consists of fluorescent lighting, so lots of money goes into replacing the light bulbs in this house. So hopefully he doesn't get too upset, but at the same time, it's got to be done if it's necessary. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, please like, comment, subscribe, share the video to whomever you know. I hope you guys found this video helpful, informative, and considerate, if you will. And with that being said, that'll be it, and I'll see you guys on the next one.